A forest of masts rocked in the harbour at Seville in the early 1500s, sunlight glinting off mountains of silver on returning ships. For a brief moment, it seemed Spain had become the master of the world. But empires built on fortune and fire rarely die quietly. The story of Spain's rise begins in 1469 inside a royal chapel, where Ferdinand of Aragon and Isabella of Castile joined their kingdoms through marriage. Their union created a new nation with a new ambition: unity, faith, and power. In 1492, their armies captured Granada, ending nearly 800 years of Muslim rule on the Iberian Peninsula. That same year, a determined Genoese navigator returned from sailing west with news of lands no European empire had ever imagined. Christopher Columbus's voyage opened a doorway to a new world. Spain stepped through it with boldness, curiosity, and a hunger for opportunity. By 1519, conquistadors crossed the oceans with astonishing confidence. Hernán Cortés marched into the Aztec Empire with only a few hundred men and brought it crashing down through alliances, deception, and sheer audacity. A decade later, Francisco Pizarro captured Atahualpa, the Inca emperor, in a single stunning ambush. With each conquest, Spain's influence expanded, and so did its wealth. From the silver mines of Potosí and Zacatecas came a river of treasure so great it reshaped the global economy. Spain suddenly controlled a third of the world's precious metals. Cities grew across the Americas, from Mexico City to Lima. Universities, cathedrals, and administrative capitals spread Spanish culture, language, and religion across continents. But the foundation beneath this enormous empire was beginning to crack. Silver made Spain wealthy, but also dangerously dependent, triggering inflation and leaving the kingdom reliant on foreign goods and lenders. Conflicts erupted in Europe. In 1568, the Dutch revolt exploded into an 80-year struggle for independence. The war drained Spain's treasury and stretched its armies across distant fronts. In 1588, King Philip II launched the Spanish Armada to crush England, restore Catholic dominance, and reassert Spain's supremacy. But storms, miscommunication, and English resistance shattered the fleet. The defeat of the Armada did not end Spain's empire, but it ended the illusion that it could not be challenged. Rivals moved quickly, and competition spread across the seas. Still, Spain's territories stretched across the Americas, the Caribbean, the Philippines, and parts of Europe. It became the world's first global empire, an empire where the sun truly never set. But throughout the 1600s, the empire suffered blow after blow. The 30 Years' War devastated Spain's armies and finances, and the Portuguese Restoration War tore away one of its oldest possessions. In 1643, at the Battle of Rocroi, the once unstoppable Spanish infantry suffered a crushing defeat. It became a symbol of fading military dominance. Economic decline set in under the last Habsburg king, Charles II. Corruption, famine, and mismanagement weakened Spain from the inside, even as its colonies remained vast and lucrative. When Charles II died without an heir in 1700, Europe plunged into the War of the Spanish Succession. Spain kept its crown, but lost major territories in Italy and the Low Countries. By the late 1700s, a new threat emerged, not from Europe, but from within the colonies themselves. Creole elites resented restrictions placed on them and absorbed new Enlightenment ideas of liberty and self-rule. Napoleon's invasion of Spain in 1808 created chaos. With the king forced to abdicate, the colonies no longer recognized Spain's authority. Revolutions erupted across the Americas. Leaders like Simón Bolívar, José de San Martín, and Miguel Hidalgo ignited wars for independence that spread from Mexico to Argentina. By 1826, Spain had lost nearly all its American territories. An empire that had once stretched across half the world dissolved into newly independent nations. Spain clung to its final colonies, Cuba, Puerto Rico, the Philippines and Guam, until 1898. The Spanish-American War ended even these last holdings within months. When the Treaty of Paris was signed, the Spanish Empire, once the mightiest on earth, finally came to an end. Its fall was dramatic, swift, and irreversible. Yet its legacy endures everywhere. More than 500 million people speak Spanish today. Its culture, laws, roads, and traditions shape nations across the Americas, Europe, Africa, and Asia. The Spanish Empire rose through ambition, courage, and conquest, and fell under the weight of its own vastness. But its imprint remains carved into the world long after its banners disappeared.